Tatsuro Taira is dangerous. He's a fantastic grappler, but he doesn't have the allure of I fought for gold. He's still a prospect, a contender on the rise. Steve Erceg may have been rushed up too much, but even with the loss, he lost to a former title challenger if it goes that route. Now, short notice, you get a main event, and all the pressure is on you right here, brother. Talk to us a little bit about what exactly this matchup is going to be looking like. Short notice, power puncher in Park, grappling specialist in Tatsuro Taira. There's big differences here. Talk to us.
Yeah, Park's going to be looking to finish the fight early, Derek. Really take a shock value to the name that's put against him, especially on short notice. Like you said, he's still training, so especially for the fight coming up. So he's not going to be completely out of there. We're going to see a pretty close to prime Park coming into this fight, but still going up against the talent that is Taira, you're going to need to put it to him fast before he really starts dominating the grappling on you, and then you just start getting controlled. And that's Taira's one of the best things about him. He's able to take advantage of the fight wherever he feels like he has the advantage. So whether it's a striking or whether it's a grappling, whether he has a little bit of timing on you, a little bit of speed, he's going to be able to use those differences. So Park needs to hit him fast, hit him hard before Taira's able to make those reads.
I mean, that's kind of his specialty too, right? Is he'll walk you down. He's a finisher. He will finish you if you give him the opportunity, whether it comes via choke, whether it comes via knockout. And that's kind of the thing here. Let's take a look at these numbers right here. Minus 335 favorite is Taira, which I mean, you would kind of expect it to be a bigger number given the circumstance, but plus 275 comeback for Park. Now, I'm thinking, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think Park is a little live here, bro. And the reason that I say that is because look at his style, man. When he's putting you on the back foot, he's going to make it harder for you to shoot. He has opportunistic sprawls. He does grapple himself, but it's really more, it's opportunistic as opposed to intentional, if that makes sense. Because I think for Tatsuro Taira, it just takes one shot for him to get on your back, control the round for the remainder of it. Park, on the other hand, is like, all right, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to open up my striking with some of that grappling. So what type of fight? I know you just mentioned, come on, hurt him, walk him down, do all that good stuff. But what kind of fight does Tatsuro Taira have to do, given that this is 5 rounds right here? Because I think you need to wear this dude Park out early. You need to gas out those arms. You need to maybe work a little bit of a clinch. Because if this is pure standing for the first 2 rounds and he's not able to get a takedown, which I think it might be a little hard, 100% takedowns here, takedown defense here for Park. That's where I start seeing these situations where that number on Park starts skyrocketing and we see a favorite live betting. What do you think?
Yeah, no, Derek, I'm with you. I do think Park has a really good chance to be able to, especially strategy, to be able to win this fight. With your Tatsuro Taira, the big thing is you can't be biting on those feints, right? Park likes to walk in, feint to get you to react, and then he starts to hit you with some damage. If Tatsuro Taira isn't or doesn't bite on those simple little feints, and then he's able to make the move after and kind of upset that timing that Park has, that's going to be his best chance to get this fight down to the ground. Now, if he doesn't, Derek, in that first round, I'm with you. Then the things start looking a little crazy. Hopefully, Taira has the game plan. If you can't get him down in the first, have him mix it up in the second, and then shoot back again right for the third, and then really just start taking to him to the ends of the round, because it's going to be hard to have Park just start running away if you're just missing shots and continuously biting on those feints.
And I don't want to make it like it oversimplified, right? But the early play is Park. The later play is going to be Tatsuro Taira. The total on this one is 3.5 rounds. Almost even money, minus 110 for the over, minus 120 for the under. I like the over here personally right here, but I also think it's a situation where Tatsuro Taira is coming off of a loss. Doesn't he need to do something impressive? Not just win, but do something impressive. And something impressive really would come in the form of a finish, as opposed to, yeah, I decisioned this dude that had to fight me on a couple days' notice, on less than a week's notice, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Derek. Short notice. You're the name in this one. You need to not only win this fight, you need to do it in spectacular fashion. Majority of them on both fighters' finishes are submissions, so I don't really see that coming. I think Tyra's going to have to really put some work and then get to maybe a ground and pound position or hunt
Yeah.
something after you've worn Park down.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about strategy, though, right, it would be effective to say, all right, well, Park is unproven past 15 minutes. Really, he barely goes to 15. Like he's a finisher. So let's test that gas tank. Let's see what those arms are looking like in rounds 4 and 5. But again, it all comes down to opportunity, and that's why I also think Park needs to stay pretty boxing heavy right here. Because the one thing that you see time and time again is you throw kicks against Tatsuro Taira, he's going to catch it. He's going to get to your back. Very opportunistic back taker, if you will. Look at that takedown accuracy, 44% accuracy right there, averages almost 3 takedowns a fight. So the man knows how to get it there. Against Royval, even though he lost in that last one, split decision, close fight, he recorded what, 6 takedowns in the fight? Royval doesn't have the greatest takedown defense on the other hand, though. So it's, that's something to take into consideration. This is the other part right here. I want you to take a look at these names. Jesus Aguilar, Edgar Chairez, Carlos Hernandez, Alex Perez. Kind of impressive, kind of not. But the point that I want to make here is that he was in trouble and from a grappling perspective in each one of those fights. Now, he went on to win each one of those fights and almost finish all of them, but he's been pretty much taken down by all of them. Chairez almost finished him at the end of the fight. Gas tank can be an issue for Taira, even though he did prove himself in that Brandon Royval fight. So if he's going to get the job done right here, how confident are you in Tatsuro Taira at minus 335? The reason that I'm asking is because are you going pick here or are you going bet here on the favorite on the Japanese prospect?
I'm going pick, Derek. I mean, at 335, don't get me wrong. I do think the number's good for the situation that's presented for us. But if you're laying out all the cards, you have Taira that's going to be getting the finish. Do you think he's going to be getting it done early in the under? Like, there's a lot of uncertainty right there. So personally, I'm going pick, and I'm picking Tatsuro Taira to win this fight. The betting on this one, it has me a little uncertain, especially with both the over and the under, kind of even money right there. I think Park's a live dog. There's a lot of uncertainty going in me. What about you, Derek? Are you going pick or are you going bet?
I'm going pick on this one. I've been uncertain on this because I see a lot of value in Park. I just don't see value betting Tatsuro Taira at over minus 300 right here, even though he is the name, even though he was the undefeated dude, even though he got the bigger name so far. I've been really impressed with what Park has put on tape thus far, even though it's against lesser opposition. We'll see what he can do here, but I think he's going to make it competitive. So I'm going to go no bet on this one. If you are going to go bet, I would take totals, and I would take over 3.5 rounds on this one. But then again, if Park wins, I mean, he's probably going to get it done early. So we'll see what happens right there. But that is your main event, the Japanese prospect. We think it's going to be pretty chalky on this one.